Well, just by looking at the screen right here, I'm sure a lot of you already know what game this is going to be a Let's Hate of, or, I guess, alternatively, you've also read the title of this video. But anyway, this will be a Let's Hate of the infamous Action 52, and you can see the pupilless cheetah man here shaking his fist. How dare you put me in this game? But essentially, this is a 52-game monstrosity that came out in 1991 for both the NES and, I believe, the Sega Genesis? Correct me if I'm wrong. I was always a Nintendo kid, even though I knew Sega did what Nintendo don't. Anyway, this is going to be a two-part Let's Hate because, please God, let me have some mercy on myself. So we'll be covering the first 26 games this time, and 26 the next time. So this could be a long video, but, a lot of these games are not as long as you'd expect if you have not played this game before. So let's start with Fire Breathers, and we'll begin. Now, the problem with this one, you can see we're playing some cyborg dragons here, is that this is a two-player game, but it's advertised as one that has AI as well. So, pretty much, I can just continually wreck the computer over and over. And this is a common complaint with Action 52. There's a lot of these games that are two-player only, but they're also in there as if they had a first player as well. And the AI, I should say there is some AI, even though you can't see it shooting right now. I've had it shoot at me a couple times in the past. Its entire, the scope of its programming is just to fire every time you fire, although I guess this time I got a bad batch because it's decided not even to attack me. Oh, I didn't realize we had Pac-Man-esque walls here. Let's see, maybe if I get in its range. Oh, no, never mind. I already beat Fire Breathers, so there's 1 minute, 1 game. Okay, so we'll check out the second one, Star Evil. And when we get into Star Evil, you will see another complaint that's pretty common with this game. I got lucky to avoid that block right at the beginning. One of the complaints that's hugely common with this game is the fact that almost every fucking game in it is just a vertical or horizontal scrolling shooter. And usually I like these kinds of games, but Action 52 does them in the worst way possible, which is essentially shitty music, shitty level design, and not nearly enough challenge. You can see I can pretty much just hold down the fire button, and I'm not sure if it's like a problem with the game's programming, but if you just hold down the fire button, no enemies come. It's almost like there's too many objects on screen right now for the game's memory. So, and then you just stop, and you can see when I stop firing, enemies actually started to come. But yeah, I've just stopped here, and there's no boss for me to attack, so I'm pretty sure that this is just the end of the game. So, there's the second game out of all 52 I've beaten so far in Action 52. And look at these enemies. I mean, obviously the sprites are cheap, but okay, there's oh, I fucking killed myself as I was trying to show off the enemies. Alright, there was one that looked kind of like I don't know, looked like the Pixar lamp or something. I guess there it is on the far left there. Let's see if we can get a good shot of that. What the fuck is that ship on the far right? I mean, obviously the one on the far left looks like a vagina. It makes it sound like I've never seen a vagina before. But the one on the far right, it looks like nothing I've ever seen before. It looks like someone just scored a ringer in horseshoes, and then, I don't know, it's also a reverse vacuum cleaner. Anyway, let's exit out of this one. I think we've seen all we need to see of Star Evil. Here we go with Illuminator. If I remember Illuminator correctly, this game takes place almost entirely in the dark. So we're, and I kind of forget what the whole point of this one is. I think maybe there's power-ups, and you can turn the lights on with those power-ups, but I can't see what the oh shit, I'm boned here. I think. Wait for that vampire to walk up across the top. No, I guess I just got hit. Maybe? I can't see what the fuck is going on. Okay, let's see, okay, the vampire's over there now. I gotta wait until I see his shadow go past the ladder, and then I just gotta, I guess, count to 6 in my head and then make a run for it. God damn it! Okay, let's try that one more time. And this time it's gonna be even harder. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that first vampire's gone. What about the second vampire? Where's he at? Okay, he's just walked past that elevator on the 3rd floor. Oh, Jesus, my timing is just a little bit off. I think I've got 1 more life left. Fantastic. And, whose bright idea for a game was this? You get it? Bright idea for a game? Oh, Jesus Christ. Every time I climb up the ladder, I die. That's Illuminator. I'm not going to talk too much more about that one because there's nothing to do. And then we have G-Force Fugits. Not trying to be homophobic here, but what are they trying to get at? Or G-Force, okay. G-Force, guess what? It's another shooter, but there's a little bit of variety here, because this time we're piloting Keiko the Whale. I mean, seriously, what is this supposed to be? It looks like the new Vancouver Canucks logo. Now, the problem with this game, I guess unlike the one we played before, I can't even remember, Star Evil, I guess it was, this one is also way too easy, but this one just doesn't have a fucking ending. So I can just hold down the shoot button. I have a health bar, so even if I get hit once, it's no big deal, but I will never fucking be killed. And there's no boss battles or anything. You just get to the level, and then you go on to the next level. This shit just sort of ends. Let's see. Yep. Now we're on a pink level, the enemies come a little bit faster, but it doesn't really matter because they all die in one hit anyway. You can see I actually took some damage, but that is a rarity in this game, I promise you. I can pretty much just hold the shit down. What are those enemies coming at me? They kind of look a little bit phallic as well. Let's see. Not that one. Not that one, not that one. Actually, none of these now. Maybe I'm just seeing dicks in my head. What can I say? Oh, that one. Okay, let's see if I can remember to pause it. I think it just got an extra life. Maybe not as phallic as I originally thought. It's all in my head. Anyway, I'm pretty sure this level is over. Now we'll go on to level 3, and you might be noticing a bit of a trend. Action 52 strikes me as a game where the studio, you know, it's kind of like Junkyard Wars. They're like, we got all these sprites, we got 15 sound effects, make as many games as you can. And that's pretty much exactly what happened. Shit, am I dating myself with a Junkyard Wars reference? Do any of you people even know what that is? That was back when TLC actually used to show something other than really fat people, really muscular people, and Trading Spaces marathons. Anyway. As a side note, who else really wants to see Paige Davis naked? Anyway. I think I'm back on level 1 now, so I've actually defeated the entire game. Let's exit out of G-Force. Probably the best game that we've played so far, which is pretty sad. But then we'll get into Ooze, and this one actually has a title screen, which makes you think that this is probably one that was like halfway through production, and they're like, fuck it, we need another 2 games. You can't call this Action 50. Actually, that sounds not bad. You can't call this Action 48. So the serious problem with this game is the jumping mechanic, and I'll try to demonstrate it here. If you're walking forward and you jump, you just stop in midair, and then you get some momentum to you afterwards, which is the way no one in history has ever jumped. But if you jump backwards, you can actually do it a lot better. So I think the best strategy for this game is actually face backwards before you jump, and then do it. Of course, if you land on top of one of those pickles, that's not going to do much for you. Actually, I guess those aren't pickles, those are the ooze, I suppose. Like, these jumps are really difficult to make with the jumping mechanic that they've programmed in here. And it's a jumping mechanic that persists throughout the game, which just lends more credence to the notion that it was probably, like, one guy that coded Action 52. Or, at the very least, it was one guy who coded this section, and then they just reused the jumping mechanic for every single game that came afterwards. Jesus Christ, they didn't skimp on the score, did they? Just the same thing over and over. And, of course, then it goes into a second movement just to spite me. But it's no less thrilling than the first. So here we go, jumping across the ooze. I got lucky and avoided that pickle. Oh, I got swallowed by a slime. I guess I've got 5 lives left? That is more than I want to have. Seriously, I can't get over this jumping mechanic. Who thought that this would be a good jumping mechanic? And also, yeah, I mean, was there a sale on green when they programmed this game? It's my guy's green. Everything about him is green. His head, his shirt, the ground is... Okay, that thing just went across a chasm to get to me. And the way it's bouncing, I think it needs some kind of substrate to land on. Oh, seriously, everything is either green or blue. And, I mean, obviously, a lot of these games, there is no context for why they are the way they are. But this is one of the ones where I would really like some context, because I don't understand. Maybe I got swallowed, or I got sucked into, like, a giant's nose or something. I mean, that would explain the green everywhere, and I guess the slime. It's like, you can only jump straight up. How are you supposed to get around that shit? Come on. Give it one more try, and then I'm off to another game. Although, you know, this... it's not one of the best games. In fact, it's easily one of the worst. But it is one of the most fully formed. I mean, you can say that this is at least a game. Anyway, let's get out of here. One of the great things about Action 52 is they programmed in a feature where Start Select automatically brings you back to the menu, so you don't have to reset every time. Let's play some Silver Sword. I mean, our Let's Hated Silver Surfer a couple of weeks ago, so... See, I've got a theme going on here. Silver Surfer, Silver Sword, I don't know what else is left in that. I can get a silver medal in the 1998 Nagano Winter Olympics for Super Nintendo. Anyway, so this is basically a vertical scrolling shooter, except I can control my movement, and I'm not a spaceship. I'm some guy in pajamas, I guess. So, essentially all these tanks are rolling at us. We're walking in a forest, or I guess it's a clearing, considering all the trees are on the side, and just trying to avoid all of these things that these guys are shooting out. I mean, when you say it like that, it boils down to the same concept as pretty much every game ever. And this one, honestly, I hesitate to say this, but it's not that bad. I mean, it's certainly not good. I mean, it's actually certainly not even up to the level of bad that you would hold a standard NES game to. But, you know, at least it's kind of playable, even if the goal of the game is completely obtuse and untold to us. But, I mean, again, half-price green on the paint, at the paint store yesterday. And what is this, like, white stuff on the ground? I can't tell if that's supposed to be a rock, or it's like somebody spilled some Elmer's glue, or if, again, that giant whose nose we were in an ooze just jerked off all over his green blanket. God knows his entire room was probably green. And now we go to critical BP, which is something you get diagnosed with at a doctor's office if you eat too much high cholesterol food. Critical bypass. Critical with a Y. Okay. What's this gonna be? I've totally forgotten about this game. Oh man, this is... Alright, this is... you don't need me to tell you this, but this is fugly. I mean, I've called games ugly, called games pug ugly, called games fugly, but never ugly ugly. This game is ugly ugly. I think maybe we're supposed to be on the moon, but your guess is as good as mine for this one. I'm getting chased around by crunch berries inside of a rerun of I Love Lucy or something, written in Braille. All these Tetris blocks are getting in my way. This one actually has multi-directional shooting, which I guess is kind of cool. Kinda cool. Let's be reasonable there. Critical bypass. How about critical pass by? Jupiter scope. This is obviously a light gun game. No, I'm kidding. Okay, it's a vertical shooter, but it's not scrolling. That's how the game likes to mix things up. So I got all these comments. I got all these comments coming for me. It's another Action 52 game where if you fire your gun continuously, no enemies come after you, which is an unbelievable kind of game design that I can't even fathom. Or maybe they're just coming really slow. I shouldn't say things like that without knowing, without giving Action 52 some credit here. Oh, I got killed. The comet hit me. This, I guess we're on Jupiter. You can tell because there's Saturn in the background on the right, and there's a moon, I guess. And there's game over. So let's get the fuck out of Jupiter scope. And then we'll play Alfredo. Now, Alfredo's kind of noteworthy. Oh, sorry, Alfred and the Fetish. Because in the Angry Video Game Nerds review of this is a game that would not work for him. It just crashed his Action 52 every single time. Well, luckily, it works for me, and strangely, this is actually one of the better games in the package, even though it's completely nonsensical. I'm Alfred here, I guess, and I guess I'm fighting against the Fetish, which is probably supposed to be fettuccine, something I could have used in my Poison Mushroom Family Feud video when we were talking about pastas that ended in Y. But, pretty much this is just a side-scroller. It reminds me of Bart's Nightmare when you do the itchy and scratchy stages. And it doesn't really get any harder than this, but take a note, it has the same jumping mechanic as Ooze there. Here we go, just keep crushing some fettuccine. This is all you need to be a chef, by the way, just a frying pan, and, you know, when you're... Oh, fuck. The toe of the fettuccine hit me. That's a sentence that not many people have uttered in their lives. Only people that have played Action 52, most likely. What was I saying before? Yeah, all you need to be a chef, you need a long-handled frying pan, and then after you turn your fettuccine, into Frankenstein monsters, you gotta beat them to death. Okay. 9 out of 26 done. We're almost, a little bit over a third of the way there. Let's go to Operation Moon. Operation Full Moon. That reeks of being a space shooter, doesn't it? Okay, so this one is fucking abysmal. I just remembered this one, actually. Basically the same as a vertical scrolling shooter, except the problem here, this is actually one of the worst ones because I can't see my fucking bullets. Like, I'm firing continuously right now. You can see things exploding. Can't see my bullets. They are so goddamn small. They are like a pixel wide. I murdered that guy, but I still couldn't drive over the tattered remains of his gun house. Come on. Of course, the AI is abysmally programmed to just fire in straight lines, although I guess that happens in a lot of shmups. Not that I would put this in the same category as something like Jamestown or Ikaruga, but in any case. Ugh. The problem with so many of these Action 52 games is that I suck dick at them now. The problem is that you play it for like 2 seconds. I'm so lucky I didn't own this game as a kid, but you play this for 2 seconds and you're like, oh man, well, I'm done with this. It's been mentioned before, but this is one of those games that I totally would have been suckered into as a kid. 52 games for what? It was like $100, $200? I mean, it's still pretty pricey, but still, you gotta figure, you know, I would pay $200 for 4 games. There have to be at least 4 half-decent games in this entire collection. Not fucking true. In fact, there are 0 half-decent games in here. There are 0 quarter-decent games in here. There's maybe a few 8th decent games in here. Maybe. Like the next one we'll see, I'd classify as borderline 8th decent. But anyway, is this level ever fucking end? I'm pretty sure I could play this ad infinitum. Oh, 1 more life left. You know what? How about I just end that myself, Kevorkian style? Go back to the main menu. Okay, now we're on to Dam Busters. And before I get into this, I gotta preface this by saying Dam Busters is probably my favorite game in this entire collection, entirely on the strength of its theme song. It's not great, but it's the only redeeming factor that's on this entire cartridge. You know, actually, I could get a little groovy to this Dam Busters theme song. Check this shit out. It's like, by this point, you're playing Action 52, and you're like, this game sucks. I just wasted, like, 4 months, I was gonna say salary, 4 months allowance on this piece of crap. Maybe your parents wasted some salary on it. And then this theme song comes in, it just perks you the fuck up. This shit's like, come on, man, it's not gonna be bad forever. At least we can bust some dams together. Come on, let's just go bust some dams together. And it really gets you excited to be busting dams, or stopping these hippos from busting dams, or whatever's up with that. And these renegade mutant cows from Duke Nukem. But yeah, like, I'm really into this theme song. I wish they should, The Advantage should do a cover of this. So usually, again, like, this is one of those games in Action 52, and by one of those games, I mean one of those 52 games in Action 52 where they don't explain the concept of the game at all, so I have, like, no fucking idea what I'm doing. Basically, I'm a bear, and I'm throwing cookies at other animals, or demons in the case of these green goat-like creatures. And there's water, so dam busting, right? I'm pretty sure that's exactly what went through the heads of the designers. Sorry, I'm a little bit distracted. I can't get out of the way of these cookies. I'm a little bit distracted by the theme song here. Seriously, it's kind of good. Am I wrong here? Am I wearing rose-colored Dam Buster-shaped glasses right now? Because I think this theme song actually kind of rocks. I could see this making it into a girl talk song or something. Oh, thank God I absorbed the cookie there, didn't get killed. And this game, more than most, actually seems to exemplify the Junkyard Wars nature of Action 52, because it's like, you got a bear, you got cookies, you got all these animals. Just throw it all in a pot, mix it together. Have Alfred cook it up with some fetish. Alright. Thrusters. Alright, this is the porno-themed game. Nope. Although it does look kind of phallic. Am I wrong? Let's see. So I'm shooting at all these companion cubes here in the galaxy. I am a... what can you even say? I'm an orange and green spaceship. I shoot orange lasers at other similar, almost monochromatic two-tone enemies. And if I fire my gun really fast, no enemies appear on screen. But apparently I also can't kill those flying fish. Action 52, with about 48 vertical scrolling space shooters. And there's not even one good one in the entire bunch. They're all just like shitty. Feel like they're like a 5th grader could program this game now. In fact, having no programming knowledge, I'm pretty sure in about a week, almost anybody on Earth, even my grandmother, could probably code a game like this. And maybe I'm giving her a little bit too much credit. After all, she is dead, but still, kind of like to think that she'd still be able to do it. She's got that old Northernlion family strength in her. You know what? I'm fucking done with thrusters. There's nothing more to see there. Let's go to House on Haunted Halls. Okay. Haunted Halls. I'm playing as this apparently large-breasted woman, and I'm throwing arrows at people. So this is kind of like... This is actually the mythology for DDR, is that there's this woman off-screen, and she throws these arrows at you as fast as she can. This looks almost exactly like another game. I'm feeling like it's The Legend of Zelda 2, The Adventure of Link. Or maybe it's a Castlevania. And this is actually the only game that does not have that Ooze-esque jumping mechanic. I mean, it does feel like I'm jumping on the moon or something. But at least I can get to where I want to go. Let's try that one more time. I feel like I can get a little bit further in these haunted halls. I'm really throwing the arrow. What the fuck? Sinestro just came after me. Alright, let's go back to one player. We'll try this one more time. This is one of the most playable games in the entire bunch, so we'll give this another shot. Here we go. We kill the ghosts, they explode into arrow keys. Jump with, put your knees into it. Something tells me it's not the first time she's been in this position. Ho ho! Oh, fuck you, ghost. You know, those ghosts are pretty ruthless, considering this is the first level of the goddamn game. Here we go. Get the ghost out of the way. The ghosts explode into arrows as well. I really like the idea that this is the mythology of Dance Dance Revolution. And those are the ghosts of all the morbidly obese people that have gotten heart attacks from trying to play it at the movie theater arcades. I'm sorry, that joke was a little bit cruel. Anyway, let's continue. Murdering some ghosts here with my arrow keys. That ghost just exploded into the Konami code. Doing my knee jump. Ah, I just got killed. Alright, one more life left. Let's just jump into a hole or something. End it all. I don't want to live in these haunted halls anymore. But it's rent control. Oh, I've made a huge mistake. And of course I die before I even fall all the way down. And the ghost corpse rapes me anyway. Halfway through. I guess there's something to look forward to. Chill out, Northernlion. We've only got 13 games left to go. Chill out. Alright, so I'm playing as Quasimodo here. This kind of sounds like a terrible remix version of the Dambusters theme song. Which I guess has got something going for it, I guess. How am I supposed to get up here? This guy's fucking quick. Alright. So now I'm up at the top. You can see it's got the same jumping mechanics as Ooze, which is always an immediate negative. I guess I died by touching the ice, because after all, I am an Eskimo, so that makes sense. These guys are throwing snowballs at me, I suppose. I was gonna say baseballs, but let's not be goddamn ridiculous here. Let's see, we got this Pac-Man kind of scrolling here. Can't believe those guys didn't murder me. I guess that's my health bar down there at the bottom. Again, I guess you cannot jump. You've got to take the ladders. That explains why they installed them. This game, pretty much terrible. I think maybe this is supposed to be an Ice Climbers ripoff, but it doesn't even come close to that level, and you should not need me to tell you. Oh, I just ran off the edge by accident. Anyway, chill out, guys. This game's not as hot as I thought it was. Sharks, though, right? Alright, so I'm a scuba diver here, and I guess I ejaculate with such force that it forms a spear of semen that can pierce the hearts of these otherwise harmless sharks that come about once every 45 seconds as I sit here. Any minute now. I will say this is one of the most aptly named Action 52 games. A lot of them, like G-Force Fugit, don't really understand at all. Sharks, though, I mean, I can get behind that. I mean, they probably should have called it Scuba Diver, because from what I can tell, there's about 98% Scuba Diver in this game. In fact, they would have been more appropriate if they'd called it Seaweed, because, I mean, at least there's seaweed on the screen at all times. Sharks, yeah, now and then. Mostly Scuba Diver. Sometimes Sharks is a little bit misleading, because that insinuates plural sharks, and I've only seen a couple sharks show up at the same time with any kind of simultaneity between them. See, look, shark, seaweed, grass, shark. Sharks. Okay, there we go. Finally, the game has lived up to its name. And if I sound like I'm rambling incessantly, it's because I'm trying to convince myself not to take this revolver and blow my brains out through the top of my skull as I sit here playing Sharks. Check out that rockin' bass line. Pretty cool, right? So, I think I've murdered all of the sharks that are left in the Indian Ocean. So, I'll take out one more just to make sure that the entire species has been eradicated, and then I'll exit back to the main menu. Sharks. Oh, I beat the level. Oh, Jesus, things get trickier now. You can see we got a little hill there, and white sharks. And this actually murdered the shit out of me. Maybe there's some challenge now. Reminds me of Jaws on the Super Nintendo. Remember that game? A lot of people hate that game. I actually think it's not that bad. But I digress. Suffice to say, if any of you are requesting a Let's Hate of Jaws, your hopes are now dashed. Oh, 360 points. Sharks, I could be wrong here. I mean, I do have a degree in biology, but I'm pretty sure sharks have fins on their sides as well. Again, could be wrong. Actually, the more I think about it, the more I think I might be wrong. Oh, the white shark, I can't get out of the way. Well, this has been Sharks. That's the closest I've come to killing myself since I turned on the recorder here. Let's play Megalonia. I have no idea what to expect, but I think the odds-on favorite is definitely a vertical shooter. Let's see. Yep. Oh, sorry, horizontal shooter. So I'm playing as a tire iron here. And I'm flying through green and purple space. This kind of looks like a, I don't know, the floor of Double Dare, or the flow of, I don't even know what I'm talking about, but I'm shooting these guys, and that's all that matters. Let's fly through these crimson arches here. This is what happens after the robot civil war of 2113, when McDonald's takes control of everything, and these golden arches become crimson arches, permeate every aspect of our culture, and everyone is forced to play Action 52 and McKids all day long. Alright, so actually this does have some kind of boss fight in it, which is pretty remarkable, considering we have not seen anything close to that thus far in the game. Boss's behavior seems pretty predictable, though. I mean, it does just go around in a square-like motion, but that's not going to stop it from murdering me, most likely. Oh, get out of the way! Oh, my life has been ended. That's pretty much enough of Megalonia. One of those games where you kind of need a backstory if you're going to give it a name as outlandish as that. I mean, what is Megalonia? It's like a million Lonias? Whatever. French Baker. Okay, so we got another chill-out type game here, I guess. It's like chill-out mixed with Alfred and the Fetish. I'm fighting Cakes on Wheels. Oh, come on, that hot dog came out of nowhere. Not the first time my mother has said that. So I'm fighting Filing Cabinet. Can I walk on this? No, of course, if you fall on that car that's inexplicably in this man's kitchen, you die. Or is that an oven? I don't even know. Jesus Christ, this is harder than Donkey Kong. I'd like to see Billy Mitchell take a crack at this. I mean, Billy Mitchell, the original Charlie Sheen, all he does is win. Let's get down here and murder these filing cabinets, because God knows a chef doesn't need a place to keep his recipes. We got this hot dog here with an olive coming at it, which is like pure blasphemy. Shooting envelopes, shooting filing cabinets, shooting cakes in wheelchairs. I don't know what to say to you guys. Let's take a look at this guy's apartment. What do we got in here? We got a desk with a bong on it, which I should probably also have right now if I'm going to be playing this game. We've got a stovetop, or I guess a furnace type deal here. Oh, the donut ate me. In Rand McNally, people wear shoes on their hands and donuts eat people. Ugh. Atmosquake. Yeah, I really thought that would be one of the ones with a title that kind of explained itself here, but no. Atmosquake. What do we got here? Fuck it. Nope. Not gonna do it. Let's move on. We finally entered the second phase here. So we're gonna do Meong, Space Stream, Streamer, Spreadfire, Booblagoom Rosie, Micro Mike, Underground, and Rocket Jock, which can't lie to you guys, that's what I got going for me right now. Alright, let's play some Meong, which hopefully is not as oriental as it sounds. It seems like the game would be really racist portrayal of Asians with a title like this. Okay, so I am the number 52. Oh. Okay, I guess I won't take my time explaining this anymore. I'm the number 52, walking through a minefield, I guess. I'm pretty sure this game is just random chance, because I just kind of walk, and every now and then I explode. And strangely, this is maybe the most fun I've had in the last 5 or 6 games. Perhaps because it feels the most like needless gambling, something I can always get behind. So I don't even remember where I died last time. Oh, Jesus. The floor almost came and ate me. A death that would have made sense, and there it is. Alright, let's see how far we can go if we just push it. Not very far at all. Only one more life left in Meong. I don't understand why they gave... Oh, fuck me. I got killed in that same block twice in a row. If only there was some kind of marker that told me where I died. So let's go to Space Streams. This is almost guaranteed to be a scrolling shooter. Yep. Oh, okay. This time I am a pacifier. I just got murdered by a tapeworm. But there's also teddy bears coming at me that are taking shits on me. Which, to be fair, that would pretty much ruin a pass. Oh, Jesus Christ. This one's actually kind of hard. Let's play that one more time. That's something you'll never hear me say again in Action 52. Let's play that one more time. And look at the beautiful, beautiful background that we got here. A bunch of purple asterisks and stars drawn in yellow crayon that look like something I did when I was in kindergarten. And this is the same fucking song from Dam Busters. Listen closely. Give it a second. Wait for the second movement. It's coming up really soon. Here we go. Here we go. That's fucking Dam Busters right there. Alright, I can get behind this game. Yep, 100% Dam Busters. Well, okay, yeah, this game's got something going for it at least. Not to mention the safety pins trying to attack me right now. So, I guess my logic for this one, or my reasoning for this one, is that you're a baby who's fallen asleep. It's around the time of the First World War, and the Spanish influenza is starting to take everybody, and it's probably going to take you too. So you create this space dream for what heaven is going to be like, but it turns into a nightmare. I don't know. Work with me here, people. Then we got streamers, and this is one of the few I actually remember playing before. I have played Action 52 before in my life, as most people have who have given a shot at this reviewing bad games thing. So streamers, you shoot streamers you touch clowns and they turn into frowny faces. You touch money and it turns into frowny faces. You touch pretty much anything, it turns into a frowny face. This one actually, believe it or not... Oh, sorry, I turned into a frowny face that time. What was I thinking? This one actually, believe it or not, it's strange, but it has some of the tightest gameplay. Like, this streamering stuff actually feels half decent. Like, it feels like the control is at least okay. Certainly not good, but okay. I mean, this is no, like, hookshot or anything, but it does the trick. I'm streaming right here. Wouldn't it be crazy if you played streamers on a live stream? Shit, that would be insane. Yo, dude, I heard you like... Oh, shut up. Okay, let's go up here. See, I'm streaming pretty hard right now. I think I might be trapped. My stream might... Oh, there we go. Almost crossed the streams there. That would have been a problem. How many stream jokes can I come up with? This is magic wand... No, it's a bad thing. Of course, everything in this game is a bad thing. It's a treatise on the nature of capitalism. And how the streamers represent... I don't know. Streamers represent my dick. So, I guess I beat level 1 of streamers. Level 2, more of the same. Second verse, same as the first. I mean, not only in terms of gameplay, but also literally the song is exactly the same. But let's do a little bit more streaming. This game's not good by any means, but similar to, I forget what one I was playing earlier, where I said it's not good, but, it's actually playable, which goes beyond most of the games in Action 52. So we're streaming here. This is one of the ones that I feel maybe someone was like, hey, I got this cool idea for a game, and, it's half developed, but if you just give me $10,000, I can make this into a real game. And they were like, 10,000? Okay, I'll tell you what, I'll give you $50, we'll make the soundtrack, and we'll put it in a game with 50 other shitty games. As is. The guy couldn't pass it up, because he hadn't eaten in weeks. God bless you, developer of streamers. I know you're paying. Oh, fuck, I guess I've been killed. Alright, that's enough streamers for now. I'll play that on my own time, with my Johnson out. Okay, spread fire. If it's a shooter, I'm just gonna leave. Well, I'm gonna leave in a second, because I kinda like the fact that I am a lobster right now. Like the claws of a lobster mixed with the body of a squid. And I'm fighting, I guess, symbols that you would use in Morse code. That's kind of interesting. Looks like the PlayStation 1 loading screen up there. I'm fighting a bunch of the number 2... Whatever. Spread fire. A very, very misleading title, because I did not have any spread fire whatsoever. Let's play some Booblagoom Rosie. Sorry, Bubblegum Rossi. Live on television, folks. Can't make this stuff up. Alright, so I guess I'm the woman from Haunted Halls when she was a kid. I'm blowing bubbles at these things, but I can't kill them. I guess I'll just avoid everything. Or not, because even when I fell into the spikes, it didn't do anything to hurt me. Same jumping mechanics we came to know and love in Ooze. So obviously that's a strike against the game already. Guess the spikes, they just forgot to program the spikes. Honest mistake, I'm sure that happens all the time. Game over. Alright. Thank you for your mercy, God of Action 52. Micro Mike! Whoa, Jesus. Alright, it's a horizontal shooter. This shit is so fast, I can't... Is there a slow down button? Micro Mike, where's the fire, buddy? Slow down, Turbo. Oh, fuck. Okay, I can shoot as well. I've actually made it past the first screen of Micro Mike, which is more than 99% of people who have played this game have done. Oh, shit. Okay, sorry. Okay, I'm gonna give this a serious shot. No commentary. I gotta pay attention. This is my last life. Alright, fuck that. Micro Mike. One more try. I feel like I can get a little further in this game. What the fuck happened there? The whole screen's gone crazy. And of course, it wasn't just hard enough to have it be like this almost impossible obstacle course that's, like, again, nearly impossible to dodge. But they also had to throw in enemies that shoot at you. And I think some of the enemies actually shoot homing bullets. It was just like, this game is not nearly hard enough. We gotta add some more. And also, what the fuck is Mike? He looks like goddamn Buddha in a full lotus pose. Shooting bullets, which, you know, is pretty badass. He's like a bulletproof monk, except minus bulletproof, I guess. Oh, I cannot explain how happy to you I am that I only have Underground and Rocket Jock left. Underground! This game takes place under the ground. Okay, mushrooms and Mario are good. Mushrooms and underground are bad, okay. That's not the game's fault, it just took me a second to get used to its paradigm there. So I'm fighting against these Legends of the Hidden Temple guards here, who are standing around doing flip-flops, and then these diamonds up here, and I can tell right off the bat, there is no fucking way I'm going to get past this level. How am I going to murder these guys? Again, see, I've fucking fired as many shots as I could, and I still got killed. As fast as I could, no less. Alright, but at least that guy that I killed is gone, but a new guy has appeared in his place at the top of the screen. Look at this shit. This is impossible. I'm pretty sure this is actually impossible. Let's utilize the turbo button. Not even close. I didn't even kill one guy. Those guys take 2 shots each to kill. Alright, back to the main menu. Last one. Rocket Jockey. Oh, yeah, right. Okay, so this is the end of Dr. Strangelove, or How I Stopped Worrying and Learned to Love the Action 52. Guess what? It's a horizontal shooter. This time I'm a cowboy riding a nuclear bomb on Mars, shooting, I don't know, bullets out of my bomb? This doesn't seem like the most efficient way to travel, but, you know, I could be wrong. Seems like probably the least safe form of space travel I could possibly imagine. Shooting space cows and other guys as foolish to join me on this endeavor as myself. Still spinning that lasso the whole time, though, as this funeral dirge of a song plays in the background. I think I just murdered my dog. Thank you for ending my life so I didn't have to. This has been part 1 of 2 for Let's Hate Action 52. I can feel my mental energy draining out of me, as well as my will to live, but I will complete this so that you can all witness the glory that is Cheetah Man at the very end. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. As always, if you have suggestions for a Let's Hate, please leave them in the comments. Thank you for joining me on this 37-minute voyage through the first 26 games of Action 52. I'll see you next time.